I've been out in LA for a long time now, and it's my home. I love this place. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. But originally, I came from Texas, and being gay, growing up in Texas, basically, I had to come out of the closet with a shotgun. Bam! Let's do this. Who wants to die for art? And my dad is like a total blue collar, big round Tex with a huge cowboy hat that goes from here to the back of the room. He looks like a float in the Thanksgiving parade. Hanny! He's pretty jolly in his old age, but he's always calling me with words of advice, like I'll get the message. It'll be like, well, he doesn't even say hello, how are you? He just goes right into it. Well, that goddamn Hollywood, California is the devil's playground. That some bitch is gonna fall off into the water. I'm like, Dad, relax. We got enough fake tits and lips. We'll all float back to land. Kathy, kiss the fucking sky. Jolene comes swimming by with 19 black children hanging off. Swim, bitch. Swim, bitch, swim. Brad Pitt comes swimming up. They're like, get the fuck off. You had a life. You're swimming, bitch. And then, of course, the Botox foreheads come floating from Beverly Hills. Oh, my God, Beverly. I'm so freaked out. You'd never know by my face. My forehead is dead. Oh. What happens to kids that, the women with their Botox foreheads, their mommies? What happens to the kids? They have no emotional temperature whatsoever. Mommy loves you. You had good grades today. I stabbed the dog. You ruined my fucking life. Coochie coo. Coochie coo. Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. LA is crazy. I love it. Animals are a big deal. People are so into their animals. And the reason why is because everyone in LA is like, I don't do relationships. I'm a career person. They get home and it's like, lock. Fluffy, get in here. You're all they get tongue, mouth, animal. I'm like, ugh. Some of these people need to put the dogs down. They need to air that out, if you know what I mean. Air your shit out. Because you cannot have a dog without being accosted by somebody. Is it a rescue? I'm like, no. As a matter of fact, it's not. I gave birth to it myself. Woof. Do you know how many I had to kill to get to this breed? Huh? Fucking cats. These women. You go to these hospitals, they've got metal hips, fake hearts, a fucking aluminum arm. That cat's like 75 years old. She's got another week. We're not letting go. Not today. That cat's like, fuck, I need to, I've had enough. It's time for me to move on. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Smoking pot. It's legal now. That's crazy. I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, what is the worst thing that can happen on pot? You'll sit at a green light. I have car insurance. I don't know. I used to smoke pot. I can't do it. You get like paranoid. Oh my God. Something's going to happen. But you have this sense of urgency, like the wake and bake thing. I love that one where you wake up, smoke pot, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do all this stuff. And then you forget what it is you're going to do. So you're basically like a compulsive procrastinator. I forget to say when the phone rings? What do you say when the phone rings? What was that? What was that thing you said? You put the word, oh, hello? Wow. I don't know, jobs. I've had a lot of jobs, a lot of temp jobs. Yeah. I hate jobs. I hate working for people. This is America. This is where you're supposed to put your hands in and take your shit by yourself. That's what America. That's what it is. But, I mean, we've all had jobs, temp jobs, and there's always that person, like middle management at a temp job. She's really freaked out. Oh, my God. We were going to get in so much trouble. We were so tired. You got chili on these spreadsheets. I'm always like, when nobody's looking and it's just she and I, and she can see me through her little cubicle, I'd be like, And then I think about sexual harassment at the workplace. What's wrong with that? Don't we all need a little distraction? I mean, if I had a set of tits, I'd be like, open the door, motherfucker, I got tits. I'm not downloading shit. I'm taking these out to lunch. Come along, girls. Being gay is not an easy choice. I chose it. That sounds like a great life, a life of persecution. Oh, no role models. But it's tough. You go to an all-gay party. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood where insults as a kid, they came directly. Oh, that's an ugly-ass shirt. They run out of oranges today. Ha, ha, ha. Stupid shirt. You're like, I know. I'm stuck in it. I have to wear it all day. But you go to an all-gay party, the insults never come directly. They're always in the form of a question. What is your hair? Are those your shoes? Is that what we're doing? Wow. I don't know. There's a lot of weird habits. People do weird things. I have low self-esteem days. There's days I'm like, who am I? What am I? There's never enough. I'm missing out. And when that happens, I like to go stand next to a homeless person and go, keep up. Crazy. Do I look fat? I like homeless people. I understand. There are days I want to throw the keys down, walk out the front door, go down to the bus stop. Move over. I live here. This is my couch. Therapy. We all need it, right? But what about like psychiatrists? Those are very helpful, don't you think? You go see a shrink today, they're like, let's dig it all up. Oh, time's up. You walk out of therapy like, thank you. Emotional shit hanging out all over the place. Oh, that's that issue. Oh, thank you. I'll be back next week. Or you're going to medicate me so I'll drool and stare at cartoons. But I mean, I grew up in crazy, okay? My mother had borderline personality, so you never know what you were going to get. I mean, this is my mother putting on lipstick. She was always like in nightgown and carrying her tits. I'd come home. It was like I'd come home late at night. She'd come out of her bedroom like, what are you doing? Don't let the cat out. Oh. I'm like, why are you carrying him? Oh. But as a kid, the first scene that I remember growing up as a kid, I was 2 actually, and I remember being in my bed, and I could hear. I was dreaming that I was in water, and the bed was actually starting to turn in circles, and there was like a waterfall coming out of where the corner is, and I just heard water, and I felt the bed turning, and then I woke up. And I looked down in my bedroom where the hallway door is, and there was water actually running. And there was a light coming in the bedroom door, and there was water on the floor. And I was like 2 years old. I remember sliding off the bed, down onto the floor. I had the little footsie things on, and I remember walking and following the light and the water. And I go all the way down the hallway. And then when I get to the bathroom door, the light's coming out, I turn, I look in, and there's water running over the tub. And my brother's on the floor, knocked out. And I didn't know if he was alive or dead. All I remember is being totally horrified. And I looked up, and my mom was totally dressed, but it was like a psychotic break. And she was in the mirror, just gone, just like, oh, I love yellow. Oh, it's really good. And as a kid, I was like horrified. It was like I didn't know who this person was, but I didn't know if my brother was dead. I didn't know who this person was. All I remember is screaming, "Mom! Mom! Mom!" Nothing. I took all that in as a little kid. I remember walking back to my bedroom, following the water. I go through the door. I get into my bed, couldn't sleep, was totally horrified. And then I remember looking out the window, and I was like, I guess as a kid, you're so close to God that you just go there. And I remember looking up and thinking, God, what is this? I'm 2. I mean, what the fuck is this? I didn't know what was going on. But I do remember praying, and I remember seeing this color orange, and all of a sudden this sense of calm came over. And it was as though all these answers got answered. And I heard in my head, she's sick. So for whatever reason, that information made me relax. And I remember climbing back into my bed. No one came in, by the way, and said, hey, what just went down here is a little crazy. Nothing. Zero. All I remember is, the next thing I remember is the doors busting open, and it was the paramedics in there, and I could hear him say, he's knocked out, but he's not dead. And that was another, thank God my brother's not dead. And then I look out my bedroom, and they're putting my mom in a straitjacket, and they're walking her out the front door. And that's the last I saw of her that day. And then the rest of the day, I heard my grandparents talking, and they actually came in my bedroom. They left food because they're Texans and they're white people. That's how they deal with things. They just sort of keep talking, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Here's food. Eat. So I never heard anything. And the sun went up, sun went down, nothing. But we had a maid, and her mother, our maid's mother was Roberta. She's a big boobied black woman, just all love. I remember her coming in my room. No adult had said anything. She just walked. I remember coming in my bedroom, and she looked at me, and she was like, She didn't say anything. She was just like, come here. Come here. And I remember pushing me, pulling me up. And I remember just all this love and big chocolate titties. And I was just like looking in her eyes, and I thought, and she looked down and she said, look, okay, this is what happened. Everything's going to be okay. Your mother done lost her mind. Her shit is a lock. She's crazy. She's gone. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's ever coming back. But what I will say is that it's going to be okay. And from that moment on, I always said, if you want to see God, look in the eyes of a black woman. And you can imagine when I saw the color purple, I was out of my mind, because she actually gave me a purple crayon and said, anytime you get depressed, just use this Crayola. And I was like all over my bedroom, on the walls, everything. I was kind of an eccentric kid. And yeah, I think those experiences, like when you have that harsh of a over drama, you know, a trauma like that as a kid, it kind of sets you up like there's no place to go but laughter, because that's fucked up shit. Okay. Anyway. American culture. I love living in this country and I love being alive at this time. I think that people are more self aware and more in touch with who they truly are than ever before. I think people are really living in like true, true dialogue. But I remember just recently going and visit my friend in London, and we would have conversations. I'd be like, "Oh God, this," or "I feel that," or "Ooh, where am I at right now?" And everything is like, "How do I feel about stuff?" And he would be like, "Oh, don't talk about God. That is so rude and feelings." I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm from LA. We won't go in another room if we don't like the way we feel about it, okay? We can have an argument without even that energy is totally fucking gross and toxic." And you just like, don't get any of it on me, okay? And this is the only place like my friends, even myself, call in work vague. Hi, this is Adam, and yeah, I work there. You know who it is. And today I just, oh God, I don't know. I'm just not really feeling it. But tomorrow's it. I will be on it. I'm feeling it right. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll start early. Great. Bam. Only in LA. So I just think I've always been that person I've always been honest. I've always said who I am. I've been a fighter. I don't know what it was in me that just said this is who I'm going to be. But of course I was bullied, and I was the class, fag, punk, puto, oh, you suck dick all day long. And eventually I had all I was going to take. But I always say, okay, first of all, if you've been bullied, this is what you do. You go to the black girls, okay, and you emulate their strength, first of all. Because I remember the black girls I used to eat lunch with, and I remember Shanita was her name. She came up and she was like, okay, you're going to have to fight. That's just it. And I remember her. So the training was, okay, you got to take all your shit off, put your Vaseline on, your skin's not ashy, it doesn't matter, you just put it on, put it all over you. I was like totally greased up. And when you go in, you meet them there at 3:05, you get at the flagpole, and when you go in like a wheelbarrow. You just put your head down and go, and I remember fucking bodies flew. They stopped fucking with me after that. But it went on and on and on and on and on. And then, and when you're that kid that's constantly picked with and faggot and punched and hit and just a freak. I mean, I thought I had two heads. I remember being that kid that was like, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to blow every goddamn one of their fucking heads off. That's exactly where I was at. It had really pushed it to that point. But this day, this one particular defining moment in my life was biology class. It's 8th grade, and all the way up to school, I've got like silver platform shoes on and a black afro. Why are they calling me gay? I don't know what it is, but it's who I was. You know what I mean? And under no circumstances, I was nailed to a platform shoe. Okay, I fucking took the bullet for the gays, but I said that day, this is it. One note, one punch, one insult, one thing happens, and I am out of here. And as I sat down, there was like a cartoon of a girl, you're an ugly girl. And that was it. It was just like, I saw red. My head just snapped. And it was like the 70s, so those desks that you would sit in, you had to it was like you were wearing them. I literally stood up with the desk still on my body. And I took my hip and went wham, and that desk flew off, hit the wall. I looked at the teacher, I went, fuck you, and then I looked at all those kids, and I was like, fuck you, fuck each and every goddamn one of you. And I ran out. I fucking left. I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm leaving. I ran down the stairs, out the front door, went across the lawn. I was like, I'm free at last, like I'd broken out of hell, out of prison. I didn't know what the fuck, but I knew I was out, I was done. And I ended up in this alley going in circles like a crazy animal. Because when you're that age, you're like, I did it, I broke out, oh my God, oh my God. And then I end up in an alley, which was a dead end. I look down at the end of the alley, and it's a Volkswagen, and it's the principal of the school, these little Volkswagen. He pulls up to the end of the fucking alley to an angle, opens the door, says, get in this car. Get in the car. And I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't know what I deal with as growing up with a borderline personality. He thinks he's no idea. So I get in the car, but I'm having a real moment with him. I look him in the eyes and I'm saying to him, I'm his kid. And I'm sitting there looking at him in the eyes in his car. And I said, look, isn't there anything you can do about what I go through? You see what I go through every single day. You watch it. I see you watching it, and you don't do anything. You can't do anything about it. And I remember him looking at me going, I mean, well, look at this hair and this shoes and all this. What are you? I mean, are you one of those, are you a gay? Is that what you are? Not like, are you gay? We will deal with this and emotionally walk you through this, get you guidance. None of that. It was pure fucking shame. Like, look at this. And I looked at him. I'm this kid in his car. And I looked at him in the eyes and I said, I'm a kid. You're an adult. And we're in your car. And we're in an alley. And you just asked me if I was gay. And then I ripped my shirt and went, rape! What are you going to do now, fuckface? And I screamed rape all the way back to the school. And as soon as we got to the yard, I stopped. And I just went, locked eyes. And I was like, now He didn't know what the fuck to do. Calls my mom. She shows up, a little alcohol in her breath, heels, and just like, everything's just, what? Why are you bothering me? She goes in the principal's office, and I remember him coming over and goes, Miss Barnhardt, did you know I'm a goddamn motherfucker 14 times, son of a bitch 12 times? And she just looked at him and went, you have no idea what he says to me when he gets mad. So a lot of my passion, I think, is just, not being repressed and being who I am and being yourself, and watching my mom go through all of that as a woman at that time. If your baby maker divorced, she's ruined. Be a secretary or something like that. But it's basically your life's over. I mean, that's the reality of that. So I think in me, it was like I refused to ever let anybody tell me. I mean, I didn't choose to be gay, okay? First of all, that's the fucking thing. It's a glitch. I feel like my dick's fucked up. I should get handicapped parking. That's all I'm saying. It's just like I accept it. I deal with it. It's not for me to make palatable for you. That's always been my fucking attitude. I'm the one dealing with it. What do you care? I pay. You know what? Who cares? As long as I'm paying rent, I think you need to back up. But I'm on stage at the Comedy Store going, fuck, okay, it's late at night, it's midnight, I'm a paid regular at the Comedy Store. Mitzi calls, says, you're on at 12:15. Oh. So I get in the car, I go down there, it's packed. And, it's the 90s, And I'm on stage gay, but not gay like, I'm so gay. I'm like, I suck dick, bitch. What? Oh, are you going to do Teletubbies? Fuck me up. I don't know. Because I'm not going to make it easy. You know what I'm saying? So she would put me up. The training was going up after Andrew Dice Clay, gay at midnight, and he was the 90s and he was famous. Oh, it's going to be really easy. So on my way up there, I'm like, horrified. I'm like, I'm going to come out. I need a machine gun to come out of the closet on stage tonight, motherfuckers. So I didn't know how to deal with it other than in that moment, you know, I thought about death and I thought, I'm going to be so out of here someday and none of this matters. And I was like, fuck this. And then when I hit the stage, I had a flashback. And I was in a talent show in the 3rd grade, and I was dancing to, I'd done this number. I had on like the platform shoes and the colored socks and I guess they were shell, whatever, knickers, whatever you want to call it. And I come out, I'm dancing. It was fame. And I hit the stage. And I am feeling the music. I mean, I had gone into this altered place, and I was like, I'm going to show them I got it all, what I got. And I'm like feeling the beat and the rhythm. I'm dancing, and then all of a sudden I feel a sting. And it was a spitball. And then I feel another one. And I just keep dancing. I'm thinking, I'm not fucking giving up. No, Tina Turner fucking slapped me. I'll keep going. And then another one, and then another one, and then paper wad. And then I was fucking bombarded with paper wads and spitballs. And I just took this wig off, the hat off, and I went, fuck you, motherfuckers. And leveled that fucking auditorium. Leveled. You could hear a pin drop. I looked out, and I saw my grandmother. She looked like a corpse. She was just like folding in on herself. But the beautiful thing was my mom. She was a very beautiful woman. And I remember her sitting in the audience looking so beautiful. And it was just silence. And she stood up and our eyes connected. And it was though she looked at me as though a kid that had just made a touchdown on a football field for doing something really great. And it was just such a weird circumstance that she was able to see what strength it took for me to do that. And I know that that's a defining moment because years later, it's the 90s, and I'm at the Comedy Store going, fuck you! What are you going to do? I suck dick. You think I'm not going to get into heaven? Well, I think not. Those were bold white gates. You know we've already been up there. Let's put some pearly on the gates. So don't be telling me where I can and cannot go, especially after I die.